Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing incredible and amazing. It's so good to be sitting down and filming for YouTube. I know I take a couple of breaks here and there. If you guys ever want to catch up with me day to day, Instagram and TikTok, it's where it's at. Specifically Instagram, I do have a little private group that you can join where I post pretty much multiple times a day. I ask questions and it's a better way for you guys to connect with me. You can always DM me. I try to stay on top of my DMs, but it does get a little much. I'm not going to lie, but that group is specifically for my ride or dies, and I will link it down below. But I hope you guys are doing fantastic. We are on the topic of vanilla. Oof, I know we all love a good vanilla scent. So we're going to chat about some of the vanilla scents in my collection. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before we get into these gorgeous fragrances, I want to thank Hairvivi for sponsoring this video. Okay, let's talk about her because she is gorgeous. So from my experience with Hairvivi, you're gonna get quality, okay? The way it's boxed and everything is so luxurious. So the hair that I am wearing is Maire, and it's a 20-inch. I do have the medium cap size cappuccino lace color with fake scalp. 13x6 lace frontal cap construction, 100% virgin human hair, pre-sewn fake scalp, no wig cap needed, multicolor invisible HD Swiss lace. It's clean bleached knots, honey, and it is already pre-plucked hairline. The install is easy. You pop that on your hair, you cut off the excess lace, lay it down where you want it. Now, if you want to secure it a little bit more, you can do a little bit of glue, but you don't need it. This is definitely the kind of lace front wigs that I would recommend for beginners. I still consider myself a beginner when it comes to lace front wigs. So I will be linking this hair down below, as well as another one that I wear a lot, and it's one of my favorites. A little bit fuller than this one, as well as my coupon code. Okay, you do get a little discount. Without a doubt, vanilla is like making its mark. I mean, when it comes to the world of fragrance, vanilla is always like the trending note. But over the last couple of months, I feel like every brand wants to come out with the perfect vanilla scent. Even the designer brands are hopping on this trend, and I'm here for it because I can never get enough of vanilla. I mean, I have a lot of vanilla fragrances in my collection, and anytime someone announces a new one, I'm like, yeah, I need to try it out. And when it comes to vanilla, there's so many different variations. You can have very sweet gourmand vanilla, but you can also have very aromatic vanilla, okay? You can have a smoky vanilla. So it really depends on your liking because there is something out there for everyone. I'm going to start with this brand over here because they really worked vanilla, okay? So this is Burberry Goddess. Ooh, I love this scent. It makes me smile because I love this fragrance. Now, they just came out with Burberry Goddess Intense, which I do have in my collection also. We're going to chat about that in a second. The original was launched and it was a success. It is a top seller. It won awards and for all the right reasons. I think this is just a really beautiful, elegant, elevated vanilla scent. It's not your gourmand. It still smells like a fragrance. There's beautiful notes of like lavender, ginger, cacao in here, and it just is refreshing. It's comforting, but still elegant and sophisticated. And I think it just has that crowd-pleasing DNA that's so easy to fall in love with. Oh, that lavender is definitely prominent. It's not like a sharp lavender to me. It's more of a calming, soft lavender note. All in all, this is like the perfect signature scent. Now, when it comes to this fragrance, a lot of people say there are 3 types of vanilla in here, or in the new one that they just launched, there's 4 types of vanilla. Let me correct you because I actually had the pleasure of working with the brand and learning more about the fragrance. So there isn't 3 types of vanilla in here or 4 types of vanilla in the Intense version. It's actually how they worked the vanilla. They targeted different parts of the vanilla to create different variations of a vanilla scent. Isn't that so smart? So in here, there is vanilla. It's one vanilla, but they worked it in different ways. Like in the Intense version, there's caviar vanilla. There is vanilla woods, which they pulled the woody tones from the vanilla pod. So there's different types of ways that they really work that vanilla to create something really beautiful. And that is why it's not like a sickening sweet fragrance. When you look at the note breakdown, you're like, oh my God, 4 types of vanilla. No, it's just how they worked it and pulled the different nuances of the fragrance. So just a little educational background there for this fragrance, but I think it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite vanilla and lavender scents. It's very, very beautiful and elegant and feminine. The intense version, I personally like it. You definitely have to spray it on the skin and let it sit, because the initial spray is very patchouli and woody forward. They definitely added a lot more patchouli in there, and so for some people it could be a little off-putting, but to me, when I let it sit on the skin, it just becomes warmer, a little bit sensual, a little bit sexy, slightly spicier than this one. Like I explained before, this is more of a signature scent, while the intense version, I think it's more for like an evening kind of wear. So my favorite. Definitely let me know in the comment section if you guys love this scent. Now, I can't do a top vanilla fragrances without mentioning the ever so popular Kayali Vanilla 28. This is in everyone's collection, and for all the right reasons. It's such a beautiful scent. Now with this one, I know a lot of people consider this just truly vanilla, just bold brown sugar vanilla. But now that I've had my experience with this fragrance for many years now, I can get the floral notes in this fragrance. Yes, it is very vanilla forward. You get that kind of brown sugary vibe in this fragrance. It's decadent and sweet and addictive. But in the dry down, I get these beautiful floral tones that just make this fragrance so cohesive. I actually like to wear this now on its own, as opposed to before. This was like my layering scent only. But now that I understand a little bit of the complexity in this fragrance, I actually enjoy it just as it is. It's feminine, it's sexy, but still gentle. It's definitely sweet and addictive and kind of alluring. It's that fragrance that you want to keep smelling over and over again. And I just love that the florals are pulling through on my skin. So my bottle, I actually have 2 bottles. This one is the oldest bottle. It's dark, like the juice is pretty much black. It's definitely deepened and become so sultry. And I think this is a classic vanilla scent that's going to be around pretty much for forever. If you love vanilla scents, if you're just getting into vanilla scents, this is one that I absolutely recommend. Now shifting gears to a very controversial fragrance. It's either you loved it or you hated it. There was a lot of talk and a lot of buzz with this one last year, and that is Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex. This one, honestly, I love. I really, really do. I'm so excited to wear this as the months start to cool down and that crispy cold weather comes around. I mean, I wish it was summer all year round, don't get me wrong, but I am so excited to wear this one. To me, this Tom Ford fragrance is just, it's very cozy. It has that like almondy vanilla nuance to it. It's definitely more on the gourmand side, but it is a unique scent to me. You get this like creaminess from this fragrance. It's a little spicy in the opening. It's kind of complex. And I really feel like with this one, Tom Ford brought it back to his more complex, unique fragrances. And that's what it is with certain fragrances. Some people are going to enjoy it and some people won't. And to me, this is so addictive. It really is. I'm so sad that I got the small bottle, but I'm going to run through this in the wintertime. I can so see myself wearing this over and over again on its own, layered with a gorgeous vanilla scent. It's just one of those fragrances that is so beautiful on the skin. It's like warm and creamy and nutty at the same time. It's gourmand, but it still smells like a fragrance. And I didn't get much wear of it last year. I'm going to be completely honest. I purchased it and it kind of like sat in the back burner. I did wear it a couple of times, but I was so busy trying out so many fragrances, creating content that is sponsored, that you kind of lose yourself in this whole world of fragrances. But I am excited. I am excited to pull pull her out because this is definitely for me a winter scent. It is not for summer at all. It's not for spring. It's really that scent that is appropriate for the colder months. So I'm waiting for the temperature to just drop a little bit more, and I'm going to be wearing this one over and over again. I find it's delicious. It's addictive. I'm not sure about the name. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know if the name matches up to the fragrance. I think this was for shock value, and they did what they got to do. So there was definitely a lot of shock, but to me, it's a beautiful, creamy, decadent vanilla scent. Lots of almond. It's slightly bitter also when you spray this fragrance. It's one that you actually want to try in store. Okay, so head over to your store that sells Tom Ford, spray it on the skin, walk around, see how it marinates on your skin, and then decide if this is for you, because it is not a safe blind buy. I'll be completely honest. Like, another fragrance that has quite a bit of almond in there. It's new to my collection, and I'm so excited to wear this over the fall and winter. It is from Swiss Arabian, and it's Shahaf Oud Tonka. I almost lost my train of thought. This is the first fragrance that I own from this brand, I do believe, and I am pleasantly surprised by the quality of this fragrance, especially when you think of the price point. This is under $100. I think it's under $60, to be honest. The bottle is beautiful. The packaging, the way that it came, everything really impressed me. And the scent, honey, this is, again, those that love an almondy scent. It is really beautiful. There's vanilla, there's tonka in here, there's almond, there's a little bit of cinnamon, and I believe there are some floral notes in here. And this just creates a really beautiful, decadent, delicious fragrance. It's sweet, but to me, it's not like a sugar sweet. It's not cloying whatsoever. On my skin, it does come off a little bit powdery, but not overwhelmingly powdery. The almond is like a bitter almond. It's not creamy. It's more like that nutty, bitter almond vibe. In the dry down, I do still get a little creaminess, but it's warm. This fragrance is really, really warm. The packaging gives me tropical vibes. I don't know what's up with the turquoise, even though it's really beautiful. It doesn't really go with the juice in here, but this is almondy. It's bitter. It's warm, it's slightly spicy. You get like floral notes in here, like silky rose petals, and it's kind of powdery. Like, think of like cacao, that like type of powderiness. That's what I get on my skin. It is beautiful. I can see myself wearing this on its own, but I can also see myself wearing this layered with fragrances. I have worn this out of the house, and let me tell you, the sillage and the lasting power is phenomenal. Again, the price point, you just can't beat it. Like, you cannot go wrong with this one. Next, we have one of my all-time favorite vanilla fragrances that is just the epitome of a perfect vanilla scent. Something quite elegant and sophisticated and not gourmand. This is Angelique Noir from Guerlain. I still have my first bottle from them because they did switch up their bottles. I love this one. It's so beautiful. Angelique Noir is a spicy, warm, aromatic, green vanilla. Okay, green vanilla. This is not gourmand. This is not decadent. This is not sweet. It is an aromatic vanilla scent. Definitely one you want to sample before you buy, especially if you're used to the typical vanillas and not like something quite different. You might be taken back by this one. You definitely get a sharp greenness from that Angelica note in here. But once it dries down on your skin, honey, this is perfection. It is so elevated and elegant. It just smells like luxury. Honestly, it smells like luxury. It's so beautiful. There are so many fragrances that I want to try from Guerlain, but I'm not going to lie, they are up there in price. Like, the latest vanilla scent that they came out with, I think it's like $750, which is insane to me. I don't even want to try it because I don't want to fall in love with it. But this has my heart. It is so beautiful. If you are not into gourmands and you're just looking for a perfect vanilla scent that is easy to wear, daily wear, like signature scent worthy, this is the one. Oh my God. Instantly, when you spray this one, you're going to get the greenness, the sharpness from that Angelica. It's sharp and spicy. The vanilla comes through and it's just like, oh, it's warm. Okay, it's warm and it's deep. And it starts to just develop and become more vanilla on the skin. The sharpness kind of pulls down, but the green nuance of this fragrance stays around for the entire wear. The vanilla just continues to develop as you wear this fragrance, and it becomes warmer and slightly sweeter. It does have this inviting, cozy touch to it, but in the most elegant, sophisticated, and luxurious way. Definitely one that I absolutely love. Cannot live without it in my collection, and it's one that comes out to play obviously in the fall and winter. Other months I don't really see myself wearing this on a hot day. Maybe it's like chilly outside or something, evening during the summertime, but definitely this shines more for those colder months. A newer vanilla also that was launched this year. This is from Flur and it is Vanilla Skin. They first launched this as a body mist and everyone went crazy for it. Like literally it was sold out over and over again at Sephora. I waited so long to get my hands on it because I was not on the PR list at the time. So when I did eventually grab it while it was in stock, I loved the body mist. And then they came out with the Eau de Parfum version. Now the body mist and the parfum are identical in terms of the way that they smell. The body mist actually lasts a decent amount. So if you don't want to splurge on the actual Eau de Parfum, I think you'll be fine with the body mist. Just overspray it. You're going to get a decent amount of wear. And the sillage on their body mists are really impressive. Really, really impressive. Now the scent is beautiful. It is a warm vanilla. Oh my God, this is beautiful. It is not super, super gourmand. Oh, sweet, delicious, a little woody, a little spicy, slightly smoky in the opening also. And then the smokiness kind of goes away and you get more of that gorgeous, deep, warm vanilla. Think of like a bourbon vanilla. Think of like a authentic vanilla pod. Like when you get a vanilla bean and you have to cut it in the middle to get that gooiness out of it. That is what this reminds me of. It is so beautiful and done so well. A very elevated vanilla scent from Fleur. It's not juvenile. Anyone can wear this really, but it does smell a little bit more elevated than other fragrances. The texture of this fragrance is very creamy, very decadent. For me, I get like these woody, smoky tones in the opening. I get this woody element. I believe there's sandalwood and agar wood in here, but there's also sugar, there's the vanilla. So you get like the best of both worlds. You get those deep, dark, smoky notes, but then you get the sweet notes all combined together, which makes a perfect fall and winter scent. Now let's talk about something that is kind of new to my collection, but I've already been wearing it so much. It is one that's been around for a really long time and I just got into it like recently. I want to say less than 2 weeks ago. This is from Philosophy and it's Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. Run and get it. This is an absolute safe blind buy. You can, I almost guarantee you're going to love this one. I almost guarantee you are going to love this one. It is vanilla done right. It's creamy, it's fluffy, it's airy. It's like clouds sprinkled with sugar. It's so good and fresh and lightweight. Easily a signature scent. It smells so good on the skin. Like even when you just spray it in the air, it smells good. But when it touches your skin, it does something special that is just magical. It's so beautiful on the skin, very cozy, very enveloping. It feels like and smells like a beautiful, tight, warm hug. I love pairing this up with the actual cream with the same scent, and then I get a great wear out of this one. It actually clings to my clothes a lot. Like I love to wear this right out of the shower. I'm just at home, I'm chilling in the bed, I'm chilling on the couch. I love wearing it that way, but I've also worn it to run errands. I've worn it to the gym. I've worn it for a date night. I've actually layered this with other fragrances and it just hits for me. Like look at this dent and I've had it less than 2 weeks. It smells so good. Now the next fragrance is one that's also new to my collection. I am so impressed. Like I am so impressed. Whenever I try these really affordable fragrances that are hyped up on TikTok, some of them are like meh, but there are ones that really leave me speechless. That is the case for this one. And it's called Reratricat. I could be saying that wrong. Reratricat. I think that's how you say it. This is inspired by Baby Cat. And honestly, I do remember smelling Baby Cat and I really loved it, but I cannot tell you if it's identical. I just can't remember it that well. But this is gorgeous. This is under $60. And when I tell you, the juice, the performance, the sillage is niche-like, without a doubt. This smells like a $300 perfume. This smells like it was made by a very prestige fragrance house. It's so good. I am really, really impressed. It's a smoky, woody, vanillic scent. It's just, the vanilla is dark, it's deep, it's sexy. This is completely unisex, in my opinion. So if you want to take it up a notch and make it a little bit more feminine, you can layer it with Kayali Vanilla 28. You can even layer it with Vanilla Sex to give it some creaminess, or even Flur's Vanilla Skin would pair beautifully. This is beast mode, okay? Beast mode kind of fragrance. It takes over the room. You don't need to overspray it. It smells so good on me, but I've also sprayed it on my husband's skin and it smells just as good on him. It's not overly sweet, but it's definitely got that sweetness to it that's just sensual. I love this one. If you like a woody, smoky vanilla scent, don't even think about it. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger right now because this is it. So the notes are in the background right here on the bottle, which I really, really love. The bottle is very simple, but still has a lot of weight to it. It came in perfect packaging. I mean, for the price, I'm just so surprised by it. But there's notes, of course, of vanilla. There's pink pepper in here. There's black pepper in here. There's saffron in here. There's cedar wood in here. That's why I get that woody tone, but I also get this smokiness, this warmth in this fragrance. It smells decadent. I'm not going to spray it all over the room because it will literally take over my entire filming space. Oh, it's so good. That spiciness in the opening is divine. Divine. Fragrances like this make me excited. They're different. They really make you feel some type of way. This is the kind of fragrance that I would wear for date night. I would add a little bit more sweetness to her because I love smelling ultra feminine for date night. This is a little bit more unisex for me for date night. So I would definitely add a lot more sweetness in here, maybe some creaminess in here by layering other fragrances with it, like Bianco Latte. Next fragrance is super popular. I love the scent ever since I smelt it. It was definitely love at first sniff. It's a perfect gourmand. This is Lara from the Casamorati line of Gerzoff. It's one of my favorites from the line. It smells so good. To me, this smells like a cookie. Every time I smell this one, it reminds me of like these biscuits that are called Maria. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I don't know if they're Portuguese or Spanish, but they are these cookies called Maria. I remember eating them a lot as a kid, and it smells like that to me. It's just so mouth-watering. This is sweet but fluffy at the same time. It's not too cloying whatsoever. There's a little bit of citrusy notes in here, or I get a little bit of a citrus tone in here in the opening. And then you get all of that beautiful vanilla. It's creamy also as it dries down, and it's just delicious. I think for a gourmand scent, it's very sophisticated. It's done right where it's not, okay, I don't smell like a complete bakery. I still smell really great, but still it's like borderline you're entering the bakery side of fragrances, okay? It smells so delicious on its own, but again, you can layer this fragrance. The other day, I actually layered Lara with the new Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid. This is the newest launch from Gucci. This is vanilla forward for Gucci. It's new, it's beautiful. It's like gourmand but ozonic, very fresh, very airy, but then you get that beautiful vanilla and there's creamy notes in here also. They layered really well together, surprisingly. Now, I wear this a lot on its own. I get a lot of compliments from my husband when I wear this fragrance, so I do love her. I'm kind of biased, but together they were just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's kind of weird how like this would go with this, because this is more gourmand and this is like a little bit more on the floral side, but still, when you look at the Gucci Flora line, they're very floral forward, but when you smell this one, you're going to get more gourmand touches in this fragrance. Really beautiful. I'm actually going to link both of them down below, because this one technically is a vanilla scent and I really do love it. Like I said, it's floral, but it's gourmand floral, and there is freshness to this scent. It's like a new way of creating fragrances for Gucci, where they brought gourmand and freshness, ozonic notes together and created this beauty. I get a lot of compliments with this one also. Every time someone smells this around me, they're like, wow, I need this in my life. It's really beautiful. Such a crowd-pleasing scent, but there's something in it that gives it a unique touch. Next, we have this beautiful fragrance that I don't know why it took me so long to get my hands on this one. It is from the Seven Virtues and it's called Vanilla Woods. Wow. Okay, this smells so good. It's quite elegant. It's a vanilla that's sophisticated. It's not a gourmand vanilla. It's more of a woody, aromatic vanilla also. It does have that sweetness from the vanilla, but it's not sugar sweet. It just adds a little something to this one. It's a very calming kind of fragrance. It's not super heavy and dense, but it definitely stands out. It's so beautiful, so, so beautiful. And I do believe this is a top seller for the brand. See, when I smell this, I get this like aromatic vibe, almost like I'm at the spa, but then you get the vanilla in here and it just adds that sweetness, that creaminess that you need in a fragrance. It's combined so beautifully. Definitely signature scent worthy. This is one that you don't need to think about too much. You don't need to worry about, where am I going? What am I wearing? Is my makeup done? This is a fragrance that you can wear to all occasions. It's sophisticated enough for a special occasion, but also super wearable that you can wear on a day-to-day basis to work or just to run errands. It's that kind of vanilla scent. Really beautiful. The woody tones is very creamy to me. I don't know if there's sandalwood in here, but I get more of a creamy woody tone in the dry down, a little bit of a musky vibe. It's just perfect. Also going to mention this beautiful vanilla fragrance that I had been eyeing for about a year now, and I finally have it in my collection. This is from the brand Indult and it is Tahota, and it's created by my favorite master perfumer, Francis Kirk de Jean. This is beautiful. This is a true vanilla scent. Okay, like a lot of people describe this one as a true vanilla scent, but I get more brown sugar, I get floral notes. This one, I just get a deep, dark vanilla. So this for me is a layering fragrance. I normally do not wear it on its own. I love layering it with my florals and my deeper fragrances. Oh yeah, it's so rich. It's so rich and so decadent and delicious. If you are looking for a true vanilla scent, almost like you are wearing vanilla extract, this is the one that I would recommend. I don't really get much in here. Like, I don't know what the notes are. I don't know if there's a bunch of different notes in here, but I just get that creaminess from the vanilla. I get the vanilla pod. I get the vanilla bean. It's like vanilla on top of vanilla, and it's so done right. It's not sickening sweet. It doesn't give me a headache, but it's truly a sweet vanilla fragrance, and it just goes with like anything. I layered it with Tonka, Oud Tonka from Swiss Arabian, and both of these together, magic. Okay, magic. You are smelling absolutely delicious. I also layered it with this fragrance here, which is from the Harmonious, Moon Glory. I actually saw this combination from a fellow creator over on TikTok. She has done this combination quite a few times. I forget her name, but she's absolutely gorgeous, and she does really beautiful get ready with me videos and shares her fragrance combos, and she did this one and I had to try it, and wow, she did an incredible job with this one. The Harmonist is more of like a honey-esque fragrance. Like, I get a lot of creamy honey tones in this fragrance. So adding that vanilla it just set it off. It's absolutely stunning. And last but not least, I am going to mention Eclair from Lattafa. This is another inspired fragrance from the house. It's inspired by Bianco Latte, which I do have, but it's all the way upstairs. So I pulled Eclair out. Now, if you do not want to spend $200 or more, just get Eclair. They're very similar. I will say the texture is what I see differences in. With Bianco Latte, I feel like it's a little bit more creamy and lactonic. And this one I get a little bit more caramel. But honestly, you're going to get a similar vibe. So you don't need both in your collection. And if you just want to save a little bit of coin, I would highly recommend getting Eclair. It smells delicious, okay? This is vanilla. This is truly a gourmand scent. Like, you're smelling like you walked into a bakery and there is fresh goods everywhere. Oh, it's so decadent. It's so addictive. It's mouth-watering. To me, I get like caramel. I get milk. I get vanilla. It's creamy. It's warm on the skin also. It's just so delicious. It smells like a stunning dessert, honestly. So the bottle is very out there, okay? We know Lattafa likes to do it big, but for the price point and the juice that you are getting, I highly, highly recommend. For me, this is a fragrance that I like to layer, just like Bianco Latte. I don't normally wear it on its own. I use them more as layering fragrances. Now, if you guys want me to do a video just talking about fragrances that I solely wear for layering, let me know, because I definitely have quite a few in my collection that I don't wear on their own. This is one of them. I just feel like it's very gourmand. It's very bakery-like. So I want to add a little bit more texture. I want to add a little bit more character to it as opposed to just smelling straight up like a bakery. So yeah, I do like to layer it, but for the price. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and saw something new and cool today. I definitely have a lot more vanillas in my collection. If you guys want to see a part 2, let me know in the comment section, but I'm going to leave it at that because this video is already going to be super duper long because I love to talk. I will throw quickly honorable mentions before I go because they're right in front of me and I can't. So love Nest Vanilla Madagascar. They had it in the oil form. Now they have it in a body mist. Get them both, layer them, and the scent is going to linger on your skin pretty much all day long. I absolutely love Vanilla Vice from Sniff. This reminds me of vanilla skin. So if you want something that's a little bit more affordable, go with the Sniff. They are different in a way, but they have a similar vibe in my opinion. This is definitely a lot more gourmand and less woody. I also want to mention Angel Share from Kilian. This is definitely more of a boozy fragrance, but I do get a lot of vanilla and cinnamon on my skin, so I have to mention it. It's one of my favorites for the fall and winter. It's quite addictive. It's sexy and sophisticated. You have to like cinnamon because it pulls a lot on the skin and that boozy element. I think there's like cognac or whiskey in here, but love this one. If you are on a budget, go ahead and grab yourself Camera Quoi from Lattafa. They are not identical. They're not even sisters, maybe distant cousins, but this is a favorite of mine. It's really beautiful. It has a note of coffee in there that adds this richness to this fragrance. And both of these just are stunning. Completely unisex, 100% in my opinion. The next one that I will mention is Sintra from Memo. This is my love. I do have a bit of a dent in there. So excited to wear this one. Oh, you know what? I'm going to wear it right now. It smells so good. Lots of orange blossom in here. Definitely not a gourmand fragrance. It's more of a floral fragrance, but you get a lot of the vanilla and it's sweet and decadent and delicious. It smells like kind of like Love Don't Be Shy, very reminiscent. They smell similar. Love Don't Be Shy just has a little bit more oomph to it that I love, and I'm all done with my bottle. I have to get a new bottle, but I do really like this one. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and saw something new and cool today. Definitely leave your comments down below. I would love to know, what is your favorite top 2 vanilla fragrances that I haven't mentioned? Okay, I want to experience more vanillas, so comment down below. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love for you to be a part of our online community, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will see you on the next one. Ciao!